Ziggy Hirsch. God held a canopy over their head, the Shekhinah, the divine presence. There were angels on each of the four sides, holding up the poles of this canopy. And God himself sanctified the relationship, the marriage between Adam and Chava. Your lives until this point have been the lives of Adam and Chava, Adam and Eve, formed, beautiful, waiting for the most beautiful part of your lives to begin. And your parents have escorted you into the chuppah, your garden. There are no walls, just as there are no walls in a garden. And your parents escorted you into the garden, just as God escorted Adam and Chava into his crib. And just as God formed the canopy over Adam and Chava, so too God forms a canopy over the two of you. And to acknowledge the relationship and the sanctity of the relationship, to acknowledge the fact that God is here standing with you, hovering over you to protect you, to bless you, to grant you all the things for which you pray. We begin with the Birchat Kiddushin, the Irisin, the blessing of sanctification, and to show that it's not simply an idea, but it's a reality. We begin with the blessing over wine, something that's physical, to show that this concept, this sanctity, and this family and this relationship will become a reality. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidishanu b'mitzvosav v'tzivanu al ha'arayos v'yasar lanu es ha'arusos v'hitir lanu es ha'nesuas lanu ayidei chuppah v'kiddushin. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh amo Yisrael ayidei chuppah v'kiddushin. The Eidei Kiddushin, please step forward.
Nathan Crewman and Harold Lipschitz are honored with being the Eidei Kiddushin witnesses to the Kiddushin.
This ring is yours. And Ziggy, as you place this ring on Amy's finger, you're going to say, Harei at mekudeshet li, behold you are betrothed to me. But look at Amy's face. There's a veil, covering. And that covering symbolizes the curtain between the Kodesh, the holy, and the Holy of Holies. You're saying Kodesh, that it'll be holy. And Amy is saying to you, it'll be Kodesh Kadoshim, that your marriage will be holy. Because the two of you will join together. Harei at
Asu Kedas Moshe Israel.
Baruch Hashem, בחמישי בשבת, יום אחד לחודש כסלו ספח, חמישי סבוכן שלמוס. בחמישי בשלוש לבניין של המוינה כאן, לורנס ניו יורק. איך החוסן מוישה זלק בין רביה למשפחת היל עמל הדופסולו, צדקה קהילה בס ישראל. צדקה קהילה בס ישראל. Havele leintige das Moshe Israel war nur Eflach bei Oiker bei Eisen, Atanes Sichalachi, Kehilches Gugum Yehudoy. Die Polchen und Moichen besonnen und Panes und Shei Bekushto.
You take the ksuva, each other, to work on your relationship, to provide each other with all your needs, not only physical needs, but emotional and spiritual needs as well. And give it to Amy, and you may never be together without knowing where this ksuva is. So care for it. I suggest you give it to someone to hold for you now. Now it's very appropriate that Rabbi Orenstein read your ksuva, because the connection between Rabbi Orenstein's family and yours goes back. This is a third generation. And you know, as the bridegroom, the chassan, and the kala take that long walk up to the chuppah, you imagine that their parents are reminiscing as they're walking up of everything that has happened, how quickly their children have grown up, and now they're here, they're ready for the ketubah. But the astounding part of the Jewish marriage ceremony is not only that parents and grandparents are reminiscing, but also that God is reminiscing. If you listen to the blessings that we're about to recite, Shahakol bara lichvado, everything that God created for God's glory. For Yotzer Ha'adam, the one who formed the primal human being. That's going all the way back to creation. And what we're saying is that when Ziggy and Amy stand here under their chuppah, that God is reminiscing and saying, you know, I remember now why I created the world. I created it for these two people to come together. I created it for the home that these two are going to build together. And that's why we say Yotzer Ha'adam, the one human being, because it is for every human being that God says, this human being can make the entire world worthwhile. And it's only today that you became a human being, a full human being, the two of you connected as one. And so we know that there's no question God is looking down and saying, Yotzer Ha'adam, this is what I did it for. But I think if you would turn around and ask everyone who knows you and say, can these two really say that God believes, can these two really believe that God will say, it is for these two that I created the world? I think that anyone here who knows one of you or both of you would say absolutely. The beauty, make it that there's no doubt that God is looking down and saying, Yotzer Ha'adam, this is what I created. And just as in the creation, everything was created all at once, but it had to be peeled away, layer by layer. The water had to be separated from the earth. The sun had to be put into its spot. The light and the darkness had to be separated so that each had its own space and place. So too, now as you stand under the chuppah, all the potential of life is there. All of the potential of creation and the variety and the beauty and the expression, it's all here. And what the two of you will do together, Mea V'Esrim Shana, is together peel the layers one by one, nurture each other's beauties and strengths, help each other grow so that each one of you will find your place, that each one of your strengths will shine by itself, will be revealed, and that layer by layer will continue to reveal not only your strength, but God's glory in the world as well. And when you do this, you realize that there's a third partner in your marriage. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, God, who will be there to bless you and grant you happiness, and the strength, and the dedication, and most of all, the love that will bring you growth and the happiness of the years of your life. Mazel tov. Amen. Amen.
Uriach atu Adonai, Mesameach Chusan V'chalu.
Amen.
Kol sason v'kol simcha, kol chason v'kol kala, kol mitzalos chasonim mechupasam, unarim mishtei neginasam, Baruch ato Adonai, Mesameach chason imakala.
Amen.
Shalom, the God, they shall sham, also Mubarak Shemi. Hamoidoi Sodom, the Shalom, the God, they shall sham, also Mubarak Shemi.
Toast to the longevity and prosperity of Ziggy and Amy's relationship.
Marriage.
L'chaim. Another toast.
No, we don't love the toast, it's for short.
Every toaster comes with two swats.
I think we want to have people make toast. How, Mommy, you make a toast?
No, you don't ask anyone who's not prepared to make a toast.
Why not? I don't know.
Mom, are you prepared to make a toast? No. Who's prepared to make a toast?
Amy, mit mein son Ziggy, to be happy, to all alive, of Simchis. Na sach nachts, we are waiting for you. Sach nachts. And my old family, thank you very much for all together. And Miriam, and Mama Machetun, mit mein Schwäger, mit
dem Paar im Schwurger.
Mit Schwurger. And Agastio, very nice. And thank you all the emotion, I remember too. I come to for the grandchild because he's the 10th. Meine Kinder sind an 8, Bet is 9, Moshe 10. And I wish all the grandchildren a lot of nachas.
And there's more to come, you know that.
Yeah, thank you.
I wish you nachas from your grandparents.
Age before beauty.
Okay.
Mama, don't want
I want to go
Beauty, right? Last night at the Simcha, I saw something that I never saw before at a Simcha. I mean, other than my crutches. But anyway, I saw something, and I think that sign should be kept in the back of everybody's memory, and it was behind Ziggy and Amy, and remember it forever. Have the feeling of just married the rest of your life.
Oh, that's beautiful.
In English and Italian.
English and Italian.
He told that everybody hears you.
When I was in Israel, was 2.5 months ago, and we got a call at the home. We were eating, and the call. My mother took on the phone. He said yes. She tells from the phone. She picks down the phone and says, Ziggy is getting married. When is your turn? Ziggy, you put me into a big problem. But anyhow, I'm happy for you and happy for everybody.
Thank you very much.
And I wish you really all the best for everybody. And I hope you come for the brace, for the bar mitzvah, for other weddings and everything. And I will come. I will come. And I will assist.
Okay. You will come, I'm sure, and I hope. Okay, not yet. Toast, thank you very much for the wonderful toast. Sammy?
I should turn the phone off because the battery's going to die.
I've been waiting my entire life. And I heard about this wedding a long time ago. I've been hearing about it for a very, very long time. And when it finally came last night, I think that I was probably just as excited, or probably more excited than many of the people. I don't think I was ever as excited and happy as I was last night. And I hope that the excitement and the happiness goes on for you, Ziggy, and Amy forever.
Amen. Wait. I have Maria, you want to say a few words?
Viva gli sposi! Viva gli sposi!
What's that?
It's long life to the couple.
Oh, Viva gli sposi?
It's a little bit empty, but it's okay.
Yeah, you can have some picture.
To Ziggy and Amy, the best of nachas from you. Because you have the greatest family in the whole. Now it's growing by leaps and bounds. So enjoy every minute you have. And be happy.
Oh, very nice, very nice. Why I'm so happy about it, seeing one of the reasons is because every time we came for Shabbos to my parents, my father would say to me, "Did you talk to Ziggy?"
He always said that to me also.
Did you talk to Ziggy?
I couldn't talk to my father without telling him the same thing.
Daddy was extremely patient, and he mobilized the entire family to talk to Ziggy. Everyone, and Gina and Darcy, and we were on the job. And
that's why his phone number was listed. And I would go over to Ziggy and I
I'd say, make believe that I'm calling you out.
I made a killing on the
Let's talk
stock
about the
market.
football game.
I made a killing on the stock market on Wednesday. I sold all my AT&T stock. Tomorrow's going down. That's
Anyway,
Ziggy.
so Mazel Tov. Uncle,
Ziggy, as an old
my father.
cavalry man, I can only give you a bit of a bridge. She will never become an old maid.
I would say one thing. You had your turn.
Yes, go ahead, Doris.
When you're getting married.
Ziggy, all wonderful things come to those who wait, and when things happen at the right time, it's very good.
Very smart. That way nobody will bother her.
Okay, my daughter was